It's fight night! What's up, wrestling fans? Welcome to the Atomic Drop Podcast. I'm your host, the Bat Fry, Kenny Fry, and with me, my tag team partner, Cowboy Dave. What's up, Cowboy Dave? How you doing, buddy?
What's up, big man? How you feeling today?
Fantastic, baby. The Mets won again, 6 in a row. That's, I believe, 5 series in a row that they've won. Can't be much better than that, right?
Hey, your Mets are hot. My Phillies are hot. It's a good thing. Let's go. Let me talk to you. Yeah.
Zach Wheeler had that no-hitter going up into the seventh inning. Eighth inning. So he had 7 1/3 innings pitched with a no-hit ball.
Yep.
He lost it there in the 8th inning, so he was looking good.
Phillies beating those bad teams. White Sox, getting teams done. They won tonight 9-5. They're hot. They're in what? I think 7 or 8 game winning streak, something like that. Whatever they are, but they're rolling too. And actually, the NL East is rolling. Braves are hot. Mets are hot. Phillies are hot. It's just the division's doing really well.
Let's keep that rolling for the whole year. That's what we're pulling for, right?
Your Mets are playing well. They beat Dodgers 2 out of 3. Huge.
You got a couple comments here. Some stuff that in a language that I cannot understand, but thank you for commenting. Thank you for checking the show out anyway. I appreciate it very much. Hey, the professor of old school wrestling, our boy, handsome Eddie Prather. What's up, Eddie? Yeah.
Let me talk to you. Yeah.
And we got Eileen checking in, our number one fan, saying, hiya, guys. What's up, Eileen? Thank you for checking it out.
Hello, Miss Eileen. Thank you for checking in.
College Football Frenzy at Out of the Box Sports saying, what's
that?
Family from the crew from the College Football Frenzy, which will be starting up in coming up here pretty soon, I guess, in a few months, and college football season. And then you'll also have the Golden Dome podcast returning, around summertime sometime, talking Notre Dame football, a lot of good stuff going on.
Well, don't you guys have a draft next week too? It's gonna be huge.
There is an NFL draft going on, so I don't know if the Frenzy will be around for that or not, but
that's big coming up next Thursday, isn't it? Next Thursday night.
Next Thursday night, brother.
Yeah, a lot of moves going to be making on that day.
And also the WWE draft is next Friday and
that is correct. It's a draft weekend next weekend. Wow, crazy.
Absolutely. Adam Glenn, Adam the Answer. What's up, brother?
Adam, what's up, baby?
All right, let's kick it off, Dave. Let's talk a little Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw. Wow.
What a show. So much to talk about. Big stories to talk about.
Injuries and all kind. Sammy retains. All kinds of different things happen on Monday Night Raw. It's crazy.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley starts the show off with unfortunate news that she has a bum shoulder. I don't know exactly. I don't know. Did you hear exactly what's wrong with her shoulder?
I kind of thought it was with the with what lived into with the chair when she threw a chair at her and she hurt her shoulder. But I think it was in the match doing a match earlier that she got hurt. I think she hit one of the walls or something, and I think her shoulder popped out.
So I guess the line that WWE is taking with this, they said that Liv Morgan hurt her during the backstage assault, and so the backstage assault from the previous week, Liv threw a chair at her, and then Liv threw her into the wall, and then Liv threw her into a doorway, and that's when you can see Rhea holding her arm. So whether or not that's actually where it happened, or did it happen against Becky Lynch? I know Becky had her in the disarmor a couple times in that match. Rhea was able to power through it, but I was surprised she had to come out and she had to vacate the title. So now the title will be decided on Monday Night Raw with a women's battle royal. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I guess I'm okay with it. But my thing is too, I was surprised that they didn't let her keep the title for a month or two. I mean, my God, Roman never defended his title. I mean, how many months? And he kept his title. So Rhea not keeping hers, I was kind of surprised they went that route for giving her vacating that title. I didn't think they were going to do that. To be honest with you.
That tells me that it's a serious injury, because I thought the same exact thing. I'm like, they can go 2-3 weeks or from WrestleMania to Backlash without her wrestling anybody, with her just showing up and cutting promos. But if it's something going to be like 6 months, yeah, they have to do something. They can't.
Well, they said 2 to 3 months, I think it was, or something like that, or whatever, 1 to 2 months.
I heard a few months. That's all I heard.
Okay, right. Yeah.
I have no idea.
I saw her backstage with Triple H. Triple H gave her a huge hug, and you'll be back. You'll be back sooner than you think. But it was just time to vacate the title. I'm okay with it at time. I know some people are not okay with it because of the Roman and Seth thing. I mean, they took time off and their titles were still there, but things happen, and I think them having a match for the title, I'm okay with it. There's a lot of girls you can give it to at this point. I mean, we can go down the line, So I mean, Liv, Becky, Naomi. Not Naomi. I'm sorry. What's her name? Big girl. Give to her too.
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax, exactly. I mean, there's a lot of girls you can give it to at this point in time. So, I mean, do I feel bad? But Rhea will be back at SummerSlam. I'm sure she'll retain it.
Nia Jax is Eddie Prather's girlfriend. I don't know if you know that or not.
I didn't realize that. No.
Yeah, he calls her the refrigerator because that's his favorite thing to do is to open the refrigerator and look inside of it. So, I don't know.
News to me. I didn't get. Okay, whatever. That's fine.
So that's just something. Oh my God! Oh no, sorry, Eddie. I didn't know you were.
Wow! Look who popped up.
First of all, I'm 150 pounds, so the refrigerator's not the thing I go to unless I have to.
Wow.
Well, I said you're looking in. I didn't say you're eating anything out of it. Another sexual innuendo there. If we're getting to it or not, I don't know.
I was going to compliment you. I was going to compliment your mitts, but
we don't need it. We don't need it. We know we're good right now, Eddie Prather.
And they beat the Dodgers.
They did 2 games in a row here.
6-4 today, right?
Yep, 6-4 today. So real quick, Eddie, since you popped on here. What are your thoughts on Rhea vacating the title and with it being decided with a battle royal? Are you okay with that? Go ahead, Eddie.
I was very, very sad to hear that news. I absolutely love Rhea. She's the best female wrestler. Shoot, she's probably in the top 3 or 4 wrestlers, no matter male or female, in the world right now. And I think if it's like an injury that's only going to keep her out for like 1 or 2 months, then it's stupid to take the belt off her. But if it's like a 6-month thing, then yeah. But a battle royal, please don't let Liv win the battle royal. Sorry, there needs to be a height requirement.
I don't know where her height.
Who would you like to win the battle royal if not Liv?
I'm trying to think on who's on Raw right now. I know. I would Becky.
Isn't Becky on the break though? I thought she was taking time off.
Who knows? Maybe she's there for the battle royal. I don't know. I don't know exactly who is in the battle royal.
And there's always a chance when there's been plenty of times where other wrestlers were planning on taking breaks, but then because they were needed. And to me,
right.
Becky's to me is the only credible person to hold the belt until Rhea gets back.
Gotcha.
Well, and so Liv Morgan seems like the obvious choice to win that match. First off, I hate it that's the battle royal. I'd rather see some sort of tournament. To be honest with you,
yeah,
I think battle royals are so gimmicky and like so many things can go wrong, and I just don't like it. It just seems to be rushed. But anyway, but Paul Spencer's saying I'm hearing 5 to 6 months, and that's the only thing. If it was 1 to 2 months, they would keep that on her and just have her show up and cut promos and do like some stompings or something like that, where she's not getting physically involved in a match, but she's still being active enough where she's an active part of the roster. But if it's 6 months, you can't hide that.
Right. It's hard. It's tough. Yeah.
But so Liv Morgan seems like the obvious choice, but usually, that's the curveball. It's the obvious choice. Does Raquel Rodriguez come back and does she win it to kind of throw a curveball to Liv Morgan? Liv Morgan says she's on her revenge tour, right?
Yep.
And if her friend, her former partner, she wins the title, does Liv continue this potential heel turn and attack Raquel Rodriguez as part of her revenge tour? Not really sure, but with Raquel Rodriguez's skin issues, I don't know if that's really a viable option unless she drops it fairly quickly. I don't know. Unless Liv Morgan hurts her right away, and then she needs to vacate it, and then
Call me crazy, guys, but I actually had somebody else in mind that could take that title, and I think she would actually be interesting to be an interesting champion until Rhea came back. Do you know who that person is, guys?
No.
It's me. It's Chelsea. Chelsea Green would be a great option for her. That would be a great option. I think so.
That would absolutely be something. That'd be something different. Nobody would see that coming. Nobody would.
Exactly. Yep.
Paul Spencer says it's fight night again. Atomic Drop, Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia as well tonight. Linda Duarte checking in. What's up, Linda? Thank you for checking in.
Linda, what's up, girl?
We have your boy Linda, Dave here, front and center with us, right, Dave? Right in the middle here.
Hey, I'm here, baby.
Paul Spencer says, my buddy, the WWE Pyrotech, said it's her AC joint. It's Tiffany Stratton time versus Liv Morgan. Tiffany's is SmackDown, though. That's the only
Tiffany's on SmackDown
right now. So,
Yeah,
I mean, unless they open this up to everybody, I don't know.
And it looks like Tiffany's going to be in a feud with the SmackDown Women's Champion.
Yeah, she weaseled her way right into that one. And Dave, I know we're not talking SmackDown yet, but for your request, Tiffany did cover up a little bit. Tiffany Time did cover up her top a little bit. I know you had a problem with that last week.
I did.
Too much cleavage, and so that was a problem for you. So she did cover up a little bit. So there
she did last. Yeah, she did last night. I actually got to watch a little SmackDown last night, guys. I got done going on early, so I kind of came home and I watched like 2 matches. I was like, okay, cool.
There you go. Adam, the answer says give it to R.O. Love. I don't know who that is.
R.O. Love? There's R.O. Love.
I don't know. Maybe R-Truth. R-Truth comes in and wins it. That'd be something. Okay. AC joint. All right. So we're all caught up on our comments here. But yeah, it's really unfortunate about the Rhea news.
It is.
Injuries happen with this in this business, though. In this sport, this business. Adam says give it to Liv. He meant Liv.
I'll give it to Liv. Okay.
And so like again, that seems like the obvious answer, but I don't think she is going to win. I think it's going to be somebody else, and she's going to continue her wild ride here through the Revenge Tour and continuing to piss people off. You know, because Mommy, she was a fan favorite. You know, part of the people don't like the Judgment Day, but they like Mommy.
Do you guys think it's ironic that the reverse happened a year later after Liv got injured last year, and then Liv comes back and injures Rhea? Is that kind of a funny thing there? What do you guys think about that?
It is kind of a funny thing. I mean, if it were part of a storyline, it'd be perfect.
Right.
You know, like, as part of this Revenge Tour, but since it seems to be legit,
I mean, Rhea took out Liv last year. Liv takes out Rhea this year. What do you guys think about that?
What goes around comes around thing. I mean, it's all like nobody's hurting anybody on purpose, but
no.
One of those, goes around comes around kind of things.
I mean, kind of ironic though.
Yeah. Eddie, ironic.
I thought they would be more careful about doing stuff like that with like the chair throwing the chairs. I guess the chance of somebody accidentally getting hurt.
Well, I mean, it's just a shit luck kind of thing. If that's where it actually happened, and I don't think it's from the chair throw. I think it's when she threw her into the wall and into the doorway. Yeah. Again, if that's actually where she got hurt, who knows? But it's just one of those things that just, shit happens. You know, when you're in a business like that and you're throwing your body wherever it has to go, you're gonna get hurt, and sometimes it's gonna be serious. Sometimes it hurts and you can fight through it, you can wrestle through it, and it's just something nagging, and then it heals up over time. Then sometimes it's something that needs to be repaired. So
yeah, it's just one of those things that happens. Ironic things, I mean, it's a shame she's out for so many months, and
Yeah, I'm just been trying to knock my head to see if besides Becky, who is on the roster.
Well, I think Nia, like I said, Nia's still out there. Yeah, I'm just saying, you got Nia who's still out there. Chelsea Green, like I said before. I mention somebody else too? I forget who I said. I don't remember, but there's a couple. Like I said, there's just a few out there you could, put the belt on, and especially Liv. So
if Chelsea wasn't built through being a comedy act, then I probably would agree with you. But she's a comedy act right now.
She is. I agree.
And if something did happen where she did win it, it wouldn't be like a long reign. It would be something you'd see for a little bit, and then she'd lose it in like the funniest way possible.
Right.
And that's what it would be then.
Well, we have to put that belt up for serious. It is a serious belt. It is a women's championship. I mean, it's not like it's not a clown show. So
I'm trying to think. Maybe there's somebody from NXT they could bring up.
Can't be Perez because she's NXT champion, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, why can't
Yeah.
she go up and do that as well? Or
Oh, she could.
Our Lyra Valkyrie.
yeah, she's the one that just lost, right? The Valkyrie chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Becky sure put over when Lyra beat her for the NXT Women's Belt. So
Right.
Let me see if I could see here if they have it listed or not.
Well, whoever it is, we'll
right,
definitely find out next week.
Here's some of the names. It says here are the names that are of the women included in the video promoting it.
Okay.
Was Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, Maxine Dupree.
Maxine.
Chelsea Green. There you go.
There you go.
Natalia, Katana Chance, Indy Hartwell, Zoe Stark. There's a good option.
I wouldn't mind Zoe Stark. I'd be okay with that.
Kaden Carter, Candice LeRae, Shayna Baszler.
I was just going to say Shayna because with Zoe, yeah.
This one says Xia Li, but she was just actually released, so
she was released. Yep.
Tegan Knox,
Mhm.
Piper Niven, and Ivy Nile.
I think I kind of like Shayna the most on that list.
I kind of agree with that.
Who'd you
Shayna.
say?
He said Shayna.
Shayna.
Yeah, Shayna.
I could see Zoe. Man, I'd love to see Natalia just get another run with it, but Zoe, Natalia, Nia, or Liv. That's what I see.
Let's put it this way: if Vince was still here, it'd be Trish.
Oh my God, it's Trish Stratus. Here she comes for another title
Exactly.
out of retirement again with a busted face and everything.
Or Lita, take your pick.
No, that wouldn't happen because Vince is not around to book it that way anymore.
That's like if Vince was still here, it'd probably be Lita or Trish.
Evan Laurel checking in. What's up, Evan? You can check Evan out on the Big Blue Power Hour, talking New York Giants football. Evan says, how about those new SmackDown tag team belts? They do look awesome. I think
Evan, they are so cool.
I think the Raw and the SmackDown look great, but the SmackDown ones, blow the Raw ones out of the water, man. And the SmackDown ones
totally
are
agree.
Universal. Or no, they WWE. They're WWE tag team champion belts now. They're no longer
Doesn't
SmackDown
the
belt.
Raw tag team titles kind of look like the heavyweight championship belt?
But yeah, I think that was almost kind of like the point of it. Because
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's the point of it or not. But it reminded me a lot of the championship belt, and but kind of a little bit of red in it to make it this is Raw kind of. I don't know. But it was pretty close to similar, just a little bit different. And so yeah, but I think the SmackDown ones look much better. I really like the SmackDown ones.
I agree.
And he also says it blends the old 90s when the 2002 SmackDown belts. And so I first thought when they first pulled the old gimmick sash off of the belts, my first thought was the old school heavyweight champion, the Winged Eagle almost. That's my first look. I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, no, okay, it wasn't. I'm like, oh, that is pretty sweet. That's a sweet ass belt. Because it reminded me a lot of the WCW heavyweight championship belt, which I thought was a pretty cool belt as well. So it reminded me a little bit.
The belt that the Ron Simmons had back in the day in WCW.
Oh yeah.
Well, the one that they brought into WWE. I'm not sure what Ron Simmons' belt looked like then. I'm not sure.
Gotcha.
Robbie Kelly, thank you for checking the show out. Thank you for commenting. He says the SmackDown tag team titles look like the ones from the 90s, which is awesome. The belts back in the past in the 90s, they were fantastic. 80s. Some of those belts were pretty cool looking as well.
Thanks for checking in, Robbie.
They kind of went generic recently with the belts and stuff like that. It's like, it's cool that they're actually putting a little bit of thought and a little bit of effort into these belts.
Hey, it's the new era. I mean, Triple H's era is what they're going to do. I like the new tag team titles on Raw too. I think they're kind of nice. Like I said, they look like the World Championship though. Kind of cool.
They're definitely an upgrade from what they have. But out of SmackDown and Raw, SmackDown's much better.
Well, they finally did what you've been asking for months to separate the tag team championship.
Thank God they did it. So now the Raw Championship is now the Universal Tag Team Champions, and SmackDown is WWE Tag Team Champions. So, So, all right. So moving on for Rhea, we had the return of Sheamus, my boy Sheamus. I'm a big Sheamus fan versus Ivar. Not a bad match. You can tell Sheamus kind of had like a adrenaline dump there in the beginning. He seemed to be blown up pretty quick. but that's to be expected. He's kind of pumped. It's been 8 months since he's been out there wrestling. Gets a decent ovation. He's out there, and he's huffing and puffing. But I'll tell you what, he had some pretty sweet moves there against Ivar, picking the man up, moving him around for a big man. Ivar's a big dude. And Ivar, I think he just keeps impressing. He's never going to get a serious look towards pretty much anything. But if he can get his tag team partner back or get somebody else with him at a tag team, they could actually make a decent run for tag team titles. Ivar's very impressive, and Sheamus, like I said, he looked good. He kind of blown up. He got blown up early, but hell of a match. Really good.
Go ahead, Ed.
If Eric isn't going to be back anytime soon to team up with Ivar, I would pair Ivar up with Bronson Reed.
Actually, not bad.
I'll tell you what, man, that'd be a really good tag team. I think a couple beefy dudes that can fly and do all sorts of decent things in the ring. Not just be the big guy and just body slam and punches. Where they're actually doing some really cool moves and some high spots. That's actually not a bad idea. Yeah.
And I would have them feud with the Authors of Pain.
Yeah, there you go.
Sure. AOP, baby.
What do we got? Here? We got
real quick. I miss Eric and Ivar. I have to be honest. I love the Viking Raiders. I miss the tag team. I miss them being together because they were fun to watch. They had a lot of good works together. They communicated together. They were just a very good tag team to me. And I like Ivar on his own. Don't get me wrong, I do. But I miss Eric and Ivar. It's just not the same without the Viking Raiders. As for Sheamus, good to see him back. Always good to see the Celtic Warrior. I'm a fan. Always have been. I thought he kind of looked a little, for being out of the ring for a little while. Kind of like, he was that little, wasn't in sync to me. A little sluggish. Yeah, it's a good word for it. But it's good to see him back. And when you get Sheamus, you're gonna get the big kick, the bro kick. So I'm okay with it.
Evan said, separate the belts and stop combining them every few years. I agree. And now with the name change on them as well, they're WWE Tag Team Championship and the Universal Tag Team Championship. I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to keep them separate. It's hard to kind of combine those two together. Eileen saying people were saying Sheamus was a little heavier than he used to be.
Yes, Eileen, you're right. Exactly.
A little bit thicker. He even wanted a little like bicycle shorts he had on instead of his usual tights. So say a little bit bicycle shorts. So I'm like, they see him come out there. I'm like, uh-oh, maybe Sheamus got a little bit thicker, a little bit junk in the trunk or something.
Yeah.
Evan says Sheamus got all the beef. Yes,
he does. He does
have all the beef.
Well, I always referred to Sheamus as the human jar of mayonnaise to me because that's what he looked like, as white as he is. But
he's going to look. He's kind of got the beefy look now, that kind of like what Gunther was when he was in NXT, where he was he wasn't so muscle bound.
Right.
Sheamus was much thinner before he got hurt. Much more defined muscularly. But once he gets back on the road and wrestling, weekly, I would expect some of that to come off and have our normal looking Sheamus again. So I thought he looked great. I thought he looked great in the ring. He was excited to be back, so that's good stuff. I'm happy Sheamus is back. I'd like to see him, mix it up with some of the top guys now.
Guys, was he injured or just take time off? I wasn't sure.
He was injured.
He was hurt.
Yeah, he had some nerve issues in his neck or something like that. They said.
Okay, gotcha. I didn't know that. I didn't know the status of Sheamus. I thought he was just taking time off. I wasn't sure.
Babyface Sheamus or heel Sheamus?
Oh, I love heel Sheamus. Heel Sheamus was awesome. He was dastardly.
I don't mind babyface. I'm okay with it.
I don't mind him, but heel Sheamus, the dude was maniacal. He was evil.
I liked him when he was with the bar with
Cesaro.
Yeah, Cesaro. Yeah, that's a good tag team. They were fun.
Yeah, I like Sheamus on his own. I like Sheamus being a heel. I liked originally when he first came into the WWE, heel Sheamus there, just coming in and just stomping the shit out of people. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. So
I also liked it. I also loved it when he beat Daniel Bryan in like 10 seconds.
Yes. Well, Daniel Bryan was too busy making out with AJ Lee. He was distracted.
Right, but him and Cesaro had a very good tag team. They had a good run. They really did.
The whole
Till
Either,
Cesaro
right?
left.
Right? The whole it wasn't this the bar. They did the thumb like this or whatever.
The bar, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the bar,
Yeah, the
yeah,
bar,
exactly. Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Robbie Kelly says Ivar is super underrated. Absolutely, super
Totally,
underrated.
He's right.
He's fantastic in the ring. I don't know about the mic. I haven't really heard him much on the mic, but he's never going to get a push towards anything. He'll have those occasional U.S. title matches or an occasional IC title match where it might be like a triple threat or a fatal four-way or something like that. But he's never going to get anything serious.
Well, didn't him and Eric have a couple tag team titles shots?
Yeah,
they had a few.
But I'd like to see him win one. I'd like to see him carry a tag title or something.
Right, I got you.
Just to kind of give him a pat on the head, saying good boy.
I believe that they would have held the tag team belts at one time if Paul was in charge and not Vince.
True.
Yeah. Well, and that's the same thing with a bunch of guys from the past. You brought up Cesaro. I'm sure he would have been some sort of champion if Triple H was there. He seemed like he was very much underused, as well as Rusev, and so guys like that. Very very underutilized, and that is what it is now. That's
I miss Rusev. I do. He was good.
Malachi Black was so misunderused by Vince.
Is he still under contract to AEW? Do you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he? I thought I read.
I thought he was released.
Yeah, something like that, or left or something. I don't know. I could be wrong. All right. So what else did we have here on Monday Night Raw? We had Ivy Nile and Maxine Dupree versus Cadence Carter and Indy Hartwell. Normally, it's kind of one of those matches you go up and go to the bathroom for, but there was some significance to this match. A couple things, in my opinion. I'll start it off first here. Maxine Dupree getting better. She is getting better.
Much.
She's improving, which is good. She keeps at it. I'm 100% behind that. But finally, I've been saying it. I said it last week again. I said I feel like Indy Hartwell is going to turn with Candice LeRae.
You keep saying that.
She's been cheating to win. Finally, we get Indy Hartwell to kind of to dip her toe in the cheating pool, and she cheated to win, and she kind of felt good about it. So does that mean she's kind of 100% with Candice LeRae? Hey, let's do whatever it takes to win. I don't know yet, but I feel like it's on its way. So I'm a little bit. I'm happy about that because I think that together they could be a very good tag team. Indy Hartwell by herself, I'm not really into. Candice LeRae, I think can be very good by herself, but Indy, she has the size for it, and that's why I think her and Candice LeRae will make a very good tag team once they decide if they're face or heel, in which I think it's going to be heel, with Indy being the muscle and Candice LeRae being the high flyer of the bunch. So what were your thoughts on Indy Hartwell accepting the heel turn?
Got it.
It was going to go either one way or another. It was either Indy finally breaking to Candice's will, or Indy and Candice beat the hell out of each other. So
yeah, I agree. I like Maxine Dupree, guys. I'm a fan. I have to be honest.
Like you said, she's getting a much better.
And she is entertaining. Even when she wasn't all that great in the ring, she was still entertaining. And that's all you could ask sometimes, is if you're not very good at wrestling, at least be entertaining. And she was entertaining, but now she's starting to get a little bit better at wrestling. It's
I think Dupree and Nile could actually make a run. I mean, I know right now they lost against Candice and Indy. I get it, but they're actually not a bad tag team if you think about it.
No, I agree. I don't know about making a run, but as a tag team together, not a bad tag team.
No, not at all.
Not at all. And Ivy, because even Ivy Nile, I guess what they say, she's fairly new too. She was more of a CrossFit competitor. And now she's kind of into the whole professional wrestling thing. I don't know how long she's been into it, but they've mentioned on the show before that she's very green to the sport. So you have two wrestlers there that are basically newcomers. Because Maxine Dupree's always been like a hand, or not a hand, a valet. So here she is getting time on Monday Night Raw, whether it's 5 minutes or not. That's still time on Monday Night Raw.
It's not a bad thing. It's really not. Think about it.
All right. So we also had Jey Uso versus Finn Balor, kind of like one of those deals. Marching orders from Damian Priest, go out there and take care of Uso, and because every week the one thing. So I love the Judgment Day guys, I really do. I think
You
it's
are a fan. You've been saying that for months.
their little clubhouse and stuff like that. It's all okay. I get it. And
Actually, I was going to say something before Eddie popped on, but go ahead.
what were we going to say?
I was going to say, with Rhea out being the Judgment Day, do you think it's going to affect the Judgment Day even more?
I think it will. I think without that leadership, because Damian wants to play leader, but Rhea, let's be honest here, Rhea was the leader, right?
Right, exactly.
So I think it's absolutely going to affect him. It's going to be like the inmates are running the asylum now.
Right.
So, but anyway, Ed, do you have anything to add to that?
Dom is going to be so lost without his mommy.
You're right. Absolutely right.
He is.
Maybe he finds a new mommy. Who knows?
Anything's possible.
That means that that would set up for Rhea's return as a babyface.
She's already babyface. Everybody cheers her. She's already babyface.
Everybody loves Rhea.
Whether she likes it or not, the WWE likes it. Everybody cheers for Rhea. She's already a babyface.
She could be a heel and still be a babyface. It doesn't matter.
So the one thing about the Judgment Day that kind of gets under my skin, it seems like week in and week out, whether it was Damian Priest or Rhea Ripley, they always end up saying, who are we? We're the Judgment Day. I think everybody seemed to have forgotten that we're the Judgment Day. Let's go out and show them who we are. Like every week, I'm like, does the whole Raw roster have amnesia or something that I don't know about? Like every week, they forget who the Judgment Day is. Then the Judgment Day proceeds to go out and usually lose the match, but then stomp somebody. So I'm kind of like, you're still losing the matches. So when you look at the score sheet, which, it's professional wrestling, so do you actually look at a score sheet? But anyway, it's still a loss, but they stomp somebody. And every week we got to remind them who we are. I'm like, something's not going right here if you have to remind them every week, right?
We are the Judgment Day.
Like every week they have to remind them. It doesn't make sense to me. But
just letting you know.
Yeah, say, hey guys, we're still the Judgment Day. We're badasses. Hey, we wear leather. So, all right. So Jey Uso versus Finn Balor, two top-notch wrestlers, professional wrestlers. Great
Absolutely.
match.
No, you keep saying Jey Uso. It's main event Jey Uso. Get it right, baby.
He is not main event. Nothing.
He is main event.
He's going to be main eventing on Damian Priest's ass.
And then he's still going to go home with the elbow.
Yeah. I'll tell you, that tattoo is nasty, man. Every time I look at it, I'm like, dude.
Wait, which the tattoo down his back?
I'm like, that is just that's wild.
Is that like similar to your tattoo, Dave? You have a tattoo on your back like that?
No, I do not. Not even close.
Speaking of human jar of mayonnaise, I bet if you took your shirt off, you'd be a lot like Sheamus. Well, in the
we won't go there.
In the mayonnaise part, I ain't gonna say you're gonna be muscular or not.
Right. Okay.
But he works out. I'm just saying he works out.
Okay. You still a huge jar of mayonnaise.
Jey Uso picks up the win over Finn Balor. Good match.
Yes.
Then of course he's attacked by the Judgment Day. And
surprise.
He does. He gets his way out of it though, doesn't he? He gets stomped a little bit. But he finds his way out of it, goes up through the crowd, and there's the Judgment Day, standing there with their peckers in their hands, just in the middle of the ring. Damian Priest can't be feeling too good about that, right? They're gonna have to remind Jey Uso next week that they're the Judgment Day, probably.
He forgot.
He probably forgot somewhere along the line. Thoughts on this match, guys? Like I said, good match. Jey comes out with the win. Back and forth. I wasn't sure if Jey's even gonna win this match. I thought there'd be some sort of shenanigans, and Finn would come out with the win. But Jey gets the win, the big win. Nice rub from Finn Balor to lead him on his route to Backlash against Damian Priest. Thoughts?
Go ahead, Ed.
There was no way that Jey was going to lose this match because he has a matchup coming up in the main. He's going to be having a World Championship match against Damian Priest coming up at the next pay-per-view. So there's no way they weren't going to put an L on Jey there. And if Jay loses at the pay-per-view, it won't be because of the Dom or the Keebler Elf or Boring Balor. It will be because the bloodline, the Solo's bloodline will do something.
You think?
He's not wrong on it.
No, he's not.
Fans, because this whole bloodline thing is it's kind of
Yeah, I will get to that later. I'm not a fan of this, but okay, go ahead.
and so Jay's gonna be right in the crosshairs. They asked Jay about it, and
Right,
Jay,
they did.
Jay almost kind of said what I thought he was gonna say, which we talked about last week. I said, in order for Jey Uso to get involved in the whole bloodline thing, it's gonna have to be his brother getting stomped multiple times. I said the first time it's gonna be like, he deserved it. I told him, and he's kind of almost said that. He's like, I tried to bring him over. I tried, tried helping him, but he doesn't want to listen. And he goes, and he kind of just went off of it. He's like, yeah, whatever. He's like, I got my own stuff going on here. It was right before the number one contenders match, the week before. So, or no, it was this week. Yeah, it was this week. It was right before Finn Balor's match. Yeah.
I guess I'm going to sit there and say, is there a chance the Usos get back together again?
Yeah, we said it last week when you weren't listening to us. We said last week.
I know that. I was in another zone last week. I apologize to everybody.
You were thinking of poor Tiffany not covering up.
I really was.
You're part of that. What was that group's name? That was the Right to Censor. You were thinking about trying to
Right to Censor
back. You're trying to get Right to Censor back on us here.
Hey,
All right. We'll move on to the main.
No, actually, go back to that match. Though I thought it was good, but it's in my imagination. Does Finn Balor always take the fall here? I mean, my God, but Finn can't buy a win. I mean, every time I turn around, Finn's getting beat.
And that just it's the ebbs and flows of professional wrestling. On top one day, mid card the next, and it's kind of where he's at again before he's back on top again.
Right.
In some sort of main event type feud or picture. I know Eddie calls him Boring Balor, but it's only a matter of time.
Boring Balor. I love it. That's true.
It's only a matter of time before he's back into a major feud, and it's probably going to be with Damian Priest. That's where I see the whole rift. No Rhea, Judgment Day kind of gets a rift in it. That could happen.
Right.
Go ahead, Eddie.
I believe that Balor is basically Nakamura right now, the guy to take the pins against the Jey Usos and.
Yeah, 100% agree.
I hear you. He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
I
just feel bad because every time you turn around, Finn's getting either pinned or he takes the fall every time you turn around. So
yeah, just like last week with Nakamura losing to who was the NXT guy? Dragunov.
Dragunov. Yeah. Yeah,
that whole conversation we had last week. So
I know. I kept saying,
we know we ain't gonna get into that one again.
No, please don't.
That hole again here.
I was on Right to Censor, guys. I apologize. Sorry.
Which one? Were you the good father or Steve?
He was the Val Venus character.
That guy, right? Exactly.
He was the former adult film star.
I was Mike Rotunda, guys. I don't know.
All right, Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable. Excellent match. I mean, you can't say enough about that match. If you can give 10 stars for a 5-star match, you give it to that match. Chad Gable always brings it. Sami always brings it. Sami's a hell of a seller. And so the one part of the match had me wondering is when Sami was going for the sharpshooter on Chad Gable, but then kind of fell to the mat and then grabbed his ankle. I wonder if he just botched it, going over, he just tripped and kind of I need to figure something out here because it looks like shit, and grabbed his ankle, which was brilliant if it was, or if that was a great sell, a great part of the story.
I think it was a great sell, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because earlier in the match he had hurt his ankle, so that's why. So it would have not made sense for him to complete the sharpshooter there.
Right.
That was smart storytelling there.
And that's what I was wondering if it's just part of the story because he was just in the ankle lock probably for the 10th time in the match, and so it's kind of like if that's what it was, and that's brilliant. That was great because it was really believable because that's what most of the match he was in the ankle lock, especially at that point of the match. At that point of the match, he was in the ankle lock a couple times, and to play that off it was brilliant. But if it was just a stumble and then he played it off as the ankle, that's smart too. That's smart as well to kind of keep it going. Great, a great match, and Sammy gets the win.
He did,
and we all know what happens then. Just like
what was a cheap shot by Gable? What's up with that? Come on.
Just like I had predicted last week. I said it here on last week's show, didn't I, guys?
You called it.
I called it. I said, do we get a Chad Gable heel turn next week? I said, I think we do, because you've seen the look he gave to Sammy or to the interviewer. I think it was to Sammy when Sammy walked away saying, I'll see you next week or whatever. It kind of gave him like a dirty stare almost. I'm like, man, if Chad Gable's daughter has to cry again, Sammy's in a lot of trouble. Chad Gable turns heel. That's what happened. And before I throw it off to you guys here, part of this is Sami Zayn's fault. What a dickhead. He wins the title. He knows Chad is crushed there in the corner. All Sami has to do is throw the title on his shoulder, point over to Chad Gable. It's a great match and get his ass out of the ring. No. What does he do? He lays the belt in the middle of the ring and he stands there to Chad Gable. Then he drags it over. Chad Gable's crying like his daughter, crying like a little girl in the corner, and he drags the title over to him, puts it in front of him on the floor, okay? And then, trying to shake his hand, raise my hand. Sammy's like, raise my hand, Chad, because you lost again, and now you're crying like a baby girl. Raise my hand. And that's, so Sami Zayn deserves it, if you ask me. Rubbing that win in Chad Gable's face. Poor Chad Gable is upset and beside himself. He let his little daughter down again. And it meant more to Chad Gable than it does to Sami Zayn. And so now, Sami Zayn's in for a world of trouble. Chad Gable's going to take him to the ends of the earth. Guys, thought on this?
All right. How many German suplexes are we going to see in one match?
As many ankle locks as well.
I'm telling you, that's all the match was. It was either an ankle lock or a German suplex, one or the other.
And I loved it.
You loved it? I feel like I was watching Brock Lesnar doing F5s.
It's a Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle.
Yeah, I mean,
Chris Benoit.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I felt when I was watching this match. It was an ankle lock or German suplex, time after time after time. It was just do something different. It's getting old. I mean, you're seeing Sammy get his ankle locked, sitting there screaming, reaching for the rope, can't reach it. I mean, every single time. I'm glad. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad Sami Zayn won the match. I am. I'm glad he kept his title and everything. I'm okay with that. But Chad Gable, man, get over it, bro. Get over it.
Sammy, he rubbed his face in it.
Get over it.
If it was, I think if it was a pay-per-view match, it would have been different. I think it would have been a different style match just because they would have had more time. But that was like a 10 to 15 minute. Like they didn't have a lot of time.
They had 20 minutes. I was watching it, and there was 20 minutes left in the show, and so you had to figure there was a commercial break in there, and you had to figure another 2 minutes or so for the shit at the end. So you have to figure maybe 15 minutes, 15 to 17 minutes. So
the match was probably about 15 minutes, and then
about 15 to 17, somewhere around there.
Then around 5 minutes or so, 3 to 5 minutes of the attack. So I think they would easily gone over 20 minutes on a pay-per-view.
Absolutely, yeah. That's one of those matches where you can easily go 25, 30 minutes and have it still be pretty good, even with all the German suplex and the
ankle locks
and the Miss Hulua kicks and all that good stuff. And
he missed that by a mile.
I thought it was fantastic. I don't know if this was intentional or not, but he grabbed Sammy at the end when Sammy was over celebrating with his wife.
Yeah,
and that I thought that was fantastic because it's kind of like, I don't get to celebrate with my family. You're not going to celebrate with your family. That's
right.
Kind of like, I thought that was, as much as I make fun of the whole daughter crying thing, you made my daughter cry. It means more. As much as I make fun of that, and I think it's funny, I thought that was a pretty cool call. I don't know if you even call it a callback. Adam says, Ken called it. You're damn right I did, Adam.
He did. He called it.
Eileen says, does that mean Alpha Academy is no more? So that's a huge question here.
That's a great question.
I can't wait to see Otis turn heel. You heard it here first. Otis will turn heel. and because he's not gonna like it. He's not quite like Eddie Hartwell, but he's kind of be like in Chad Gable's face a little bit. Like, what are you doing? And rubbing his belly. And then I really think Otis is gonna turn. Otis gets zero respect. People love Otis. He's a joke. He's funny, haha. The man's super athletic. All right, he was a wrestling champion.
I don't think Otis ever did was win Money in the Bank. That's pretty much all.
I didn't realize he did win Money in the Bank. Did he?
Yes, he did. Yep.
All right.
I think Gable is going to. Otis is going to reject the turn attempt, and then Chad's going to have a couple new henchmen. He's going to be joined up by the Creed brothers, and they're going to beat the living daylights out of Tozawa and Otis.
Okay.
There's one I didn't think of. I knew that because I've been seeing stuff online about it, but I won't click and read because I don't like spoilers. But I've been saying, Chad Gable to lead new faction, whatever you want to call it, stable or whatever. And I'm trying to think like who could join up with him. I'm thinking I'd like to see Otis turn heel just because I'm sick of being the joke. But absolutely, the Creed brothers, they seem to be getting passed over on opportunities here. Why not, right? Why not? All wear their little singlets around and pretend like they're still wrestling in Greco style or Roman wrestling here, Greco-Roman wrestling, but they're not. They're in professional wrestling now. So yeah, it'd be perfect. They all could wear gray and black and
guys. Do you guys think the Creed brothers are getting a raw deal here? I mean,
they're probably the best tag team in the whole.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. They should be tag team champions in my opinion.
To be honest with you, I don't think that they're getting a raw deal. I just think that's the part of getting having to work for it. Instead of being handed for it.
They're good though. They're a good tag.
Very, very good. It's just it takes time. They can't just give it to them because their first match from the first time they tugged, it's like they're awesome. Everybody knew that they're the best tag team in the whole damn company. But I just think it's one of those deals where it's like, all right, you're gonna have to work for it a little bit here. We got these other tag teams that are in line.
I mean, I love DIY. Don't get me wrong. I love you guys know I'm a DIY fan. I love Johnny Wrestling to me is the best. I love Johnny.
He's the showstopper 2.0. I know, Dave.
That's correct. You got it. Exactly. Yes. But I mean, I like DIY, but I still think the Creed brothers they're there. Like they should be right there for that. For that tag team. Just like go for the titles.
Yeah.
I mean,
I do see a tag team that's going to be turning, I think, pretty soon.
Is that
DIY?
You think so?
Especially now with I think they're going to probably have a babyface match with the Awesome Truth down the road, and Awesome Truth will hold the belt, keep the belts, but the DIY will finally get to that snapping point.
Ooh.
Well, they have their tag team title match. What is that? Is that going to be on Raw? Or is that at a Backlash?
I think it's at Raw.
Because the DIY is the number one contender.
Yes, they are. Yep,
match.
they are.
Mm-hmm. So they are now the number one contender. And I don't know if I could see them turning heel. I think I could more see them almost turning on each other. But I just don't see it right now. Especially if you have the Creed brothers turn heel as well with Chad Gable. I think that's too much all at once. I think that's something that'd have to be more down the road later in the year if that is something that's going to happen.
But I guess my question is, how long does this Awesome Truth run go?
The Backlash.
You think?
I don't know. It's not going to be long. It's not going to be long. It's not going to be 6 months. It's not going to be a year. It's going to be maybe a pay-per-view or two, and that'll be it. That's what I think anyway.
Ed, what do you think?
I think it's probably going to be. They're probably not going to have the belts by SummerSlam.
Okay.
So I mean, to answer your question, I think Eddie said Alpha Academy will be no more. Basically, I think I could see a world where Otis does turn. I don't know about Tozawa, but I could see Otis turn, and which I think would be something interesting. And he doesn't have to be the joke anymore.
Right.
But I like Eddie's idea with the Creed brothers. I do like that much.
I love Tozawa, guys. I'm a fan. I love Tozawa. He just cracks me up. The stuff he does is so funny.
So I wonder if Chad Gable does start a new faction.
He
and
might.
It's not Otis and it's not Tozawa. I wonder who takes over the academy and who's doing all the training.
That's a
Does
good
that mean
question.
Otis, takes ownership of the Alpha Academy? 'Cause,
He could.
they were being taught by Master Gable there, and so now it's gonna be Master Otis. I don't know. So
Master Otis.
Or Mistress Maxine.
yeah, maybe Maxine, or maybe Maxine turns heel as well. I don't know. Maybe
You mean
she's
Master Otis?
the Master Otis? Yes. All right. Anything else from Raw you guys want to hit on before we move on to SmackDown here?
No, Raw was a good show. It was good, I thought.
With a great heel turn.
Yeah,
Well-
there was a lot of stuff that went on in Raw. A lot of stuff, a lot of different things you could hit on. Like
Well, Andrade had a big win against Dominic against Dirty Dom too. That was a good win for him.
Yep. It was a good match. I think Dom's really good in the ring. Andrade's very good in the ring. They did a lot of neat moves. I think if I remember correctly, I think Andrade did have a botch. I think it was Andrade, but it wasn't anything big. Botches. They're doing crazy shit. That shit
Guys,
happen.
are we getting a new tag team here with Andrade and Ricochet? What's going to happen here?
No, I don't think it's gonna be a tag team like an every week thing. I think that's just kind of like a common enemy type of thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because Ricochet's had his issues with JD and Dom.
Right.
I don't know if you want to say had his issues. He's been beating their asses, so they have their issues with
That's what I was saying. Maybe Andrade and Ricochet versus JD and Dom.
So yeah, you're gonna see that. You're gonna see that. You'll probably see that on Raw this week coming up, no
Right.
doubt. And that's gonna happen, but it's not gonna be anything like they're a tag team moving forward. They're gonna call themselves the LWO Ricochet.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
No,
I think actually, I don't think they'd be a bad tag team though. If you think about it.
No, you're right. It probably wouldn't be.
Can't
but
hurt.
He's more of a singles wrestler, Andrade. I think that's what he's looking for.
Gotcha.
One quick question before we move to the SmackDown. The QR codes popping up. So you've been seeing a lot of this?
that Uncle Howdy crap. Oh man.
No, that's what it is, right? We assume.
I think that's what we're looking at here. Yeah.
I don't know what else it could be. It only makes sense. It kind of it's a callback to Bray Wyatt when his returns would come up. Usually something would like some static on a screen or something or
Yeah, it's a
music or
code.
whatever.
Yeah.
So I do know a certain lady that did actually check the QR code out.
I know two ladies that did it actually. One of my friends on my other wrestling show that she actually could crack the code too. I was like, okay.
What's that?
Yeah, she cracked the code too.
No,
Tiffany.
No. Your other wrestling show?
Well, I didn't mean it that way.
What's
I
this
meant like,
shit?
no, I'm not that mad.
Hey, were you going behind my back and doing wrestling shows?
No, I'm not doing that. No,
You're damn right you're not.
no,
All
no,
right. I'm just teasing you, Dave.
no. Actually, no. My other wrestling friends, Tiffany, actually, she cracked the code too. So I was like, okay, whatever.
So yeah, and so it there you had what is it is it a mockingbird or a raven? I don't know what it is. It's whatever bird that was associated with.
I'm not sure.
Bray Wyatt. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Mm.
I watched that Bray Wyatt documentary that they had. Oh Jesus Christ, that killed me. I struggle with that so much. Watching talking about the kid. Watching Bo Dallas talk about his brother.
Yeah.
And, just talking about breaking up and like hearing his voice, the sadness, and then showing the kids. It's like and then listen to JoJo talk. It's like I was at work. I was watching it on break at work, and I'm sitting in the break room like an idiot, and like tears are coming out. I was like, this sucks ass. I can't. Why am I watching this here?
Right.
And so that was rough to watch. I really was. It's a great job though. Great job done. Go ahead, Eddie.
So you were crying like Chad Gable's daughter?
I was Chad Gable's daughter. I was. I absolutely was.
We forget that Chelsea and Piper did have a match and they did beat Katana and Caden?
No, we didn't forget. I didn't put it on my list.
Okay.
So
just saying they did get a win. So
yay for Chelsea.
I like Chelsea Green. I really do.
Chelsea got a win, guys. Come on now.
I think Chelsea does good in there. I think she's good in the ring. She's funny as shit. She has a great character right now. I love hearing Samantha Irvine say Chelsea
Green.
I love that. I love everything about Chelsea's gimmick right now. I do. I love it, but I'm not really into talking about it. You know, I can watch it.
Nah,
But I just think there's not a whole lot to really discuss. You know, just like the Andrade Dom, you know, there wasn't a whole lot for the Ricochet part was kind of important. That's my fault for not bringing that up.
good to
But,
see Dewdrop get a win there, guys.
That's
Don't tell her
Adam's.
that.
That's Adam's girl, Dewdrop. Adam likes Dewdrop.
Piper's good. She's a decent wrestler. Very good.
I'll tell you, that's the best she's looked in my opinion, because it's
Piper looked really good. I was very impressed.
she's taken some time off, and now she's come back, and
She looks good.
I mentioned it before when we were talking, trying to compare her and Nia Jax, how she's more athletic than Nia, but I felt like they're almost the same. Before this is going back like 2 months or whatever it was. Before she took time off, and she just looked slow. She just didn't really. But I thought she's looked very, very good. Especially this past Monday night, I thought Piper Niven looked very good.
Piper's good. She can go. Definitely can go.
She got the rest off her.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Yeah, she maybe got some ring rust off of her, and she looked much better.
Yes.
All right, so moving on to the old SmackDown Arena here.
Well, before we do that, can we pay some bills first?
No, let's do the SmackDown first. I'll pay the bills at the end.
Oh,
we're gonna get the SmackDown. That's what I usually with all the other shows I do. I pay it at the end. I don't like doing it in the middle. I feel like somebody's watching it, like they just tuned in now. They see me reading the sponsors, like, oh, they're done already. Shit, because we're an hour into the show, and so like, oh shit, they're done already, and then they leave. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I'll do it at the end, and
I just thought I'd bring it up. Like, whatever you want to do, I'm okay with it.
Do you want me to do it now, Dave? I'll do it now.
No, do it at the end. That's fine.
What do you want? What you want me to do it now?
Oh, do it at the end.
All right, I'll do it now. To make you happy, Dave, I'll do it now. All right, Jason Fine, attorney. I'm just messing with you, Dave. You can call Big Al at 1-800-HURT-123, 1-800-HURT-123. Jason Fine specializes in motor vehicle accidents, slip and falls, workman's comp, and personal injury claims. From what I heard, guys, Rhea did open a claim up against Liv Morgan here with Jason Fine. So big news, breaking news there.
Breaking news.
It might be fake news, but it's news. 3 office locations conveniently located throughout Pennsylvania and New Jersey. In the Garden State of New Jersey, the offices are located in Cherry Hill on 3 Greensward Lane. The phone number there is 856-209-5258. Then in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The offices are located at 500 Grant Street, Suite 2900. And the phone number there is 412-365-8151. And in the city of Brotherly Love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the offices are located at 1628 JFK Boulevard, Suite 2120, and the phone number there is 267-888-2980. That's Jason Fine, attorney, Big Al.
Big Al.
Head on over to monkeycoldcoffee.com and get all your gourmet coffee needs. They have bourbon, chocolate chip-infused coffee, toasted coconut rum with their boozy coffees there. You'll get yourself some boozy coffees. And they also have a medium roast, a Sumatran blend coffee. They also have an organic blend called Perula, Florida, and their newest blend, Golden Honey Agave. They're also selling barrel-aged honey at monkeycoldcoffee.com. Be sure to check out their swag shop. They got t-shirts, coffee mugs, tumbler cups, the cold brew pitcher set, K-cup adapters, and don't forget that sweet-ass Paradise Rum Cake at monkeycoldcoffee.com. And be sure to use that promo code at checkout, OOTB Sports, for 10% off your order. That promo code, one more time, is OOTB Sports for 10% off your order at monkeycoldcoffee.com.
There we go.
All right, I'm back, baby.
Get your Monkey Cold coffee, guys, because we're going round 2 for SmackDown. Here we go.
All right, SmackDown here. All right, so let's kick it off here with the 4-way match for number 1 contender for the WWE Tag Team Champions. So before we hit that, might as well hit the part where they come out to the ring to receive their new belts from the COO. Or is it the CCO? Or is it COO? CCO.
It's C.
The chief content
operator.
The content operator, yeah. Or
content emperor. You're
officer,
right. Yeah.
Officer.
Whatever you want to call it.
The chief content officer, or whatever it is. Triple H. We'll just say that. Paul Levesque. We'll stick with that name.
How about Hunter?
Hunter. So they come out to get their new titles. Nick Aldis is out there. and they kind of make a dick out of Triple H. They won't shake his hand, and Nick got pissed. Nick got pissed. I thought Nick was going to start slamming him. Those the douchebag from Down Under, and the Kangaroo Jackass. Oh no, the Kangaroo Jackass, and what are we calling the other guy? What are we calling Austin Theory?
The Egg Boy, because that's
A-Town, downtown, baby.
Remember when Vince gave him that egg when he first got up on the main roster?
I do not.
Sure.
I remember nothing of an egg.
It was like
A-Town, baby.
Like a golden egg or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember that. It's a while ago. He's been up for a while. So, but yeah, the douchebag from Down Under and Austin Theory out there to get through titles. They won't shake Triple H's hand. Nick Aldis gets pissed, and he starts the match for the Fatal 4-Way to see who the number one contenders are. That's between the Authors of Pain, the Street Profits, Legado del Fantasma, and New Catch Republic. So I thought it was either going to be Street Profits or AOP.
Yeah, I was thinking AOP, to be honest with you, but go ahead.
So it ends up being the Street Profits, well-deserved. Yep. They finally get a real shot at it, and I wouldn't be surprised if they win it. Good match. A lot of really cool spots. It's hard when you have 8 people in a match like that, even though it is a tag team match still, but it's still just chaos everywhere. So some really cool spots. I like New Catch Republic. I'm not a big fan of what's his name? Butch. What's his name now? Not Tyler Bate.
Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne. So Pete Dunne was still doing the whole finger thing. Like I thought it was cool the first couple times. It's like his gimmick every match now. It doesn't do anything for him. But anyway, but they're fantastic together. I think they do a lot of cool spots, a lot of cool moves. The Authors of Pain, I was expecting a lot more out of them, but it kind of fell flat for me with those guys in this match. Street Profits look great. The one I felt myself pulling for a little bit, guys, was LDF, the Legado del Fantasma. I felt myself pulling for them a little bit. I wanted to see them win because I thought they're doing such a great job. They've been doing a great job, this part of their run, and I was kind of pulling from them to at least pull out the win. It'd be a huge upset, but they didn't. They went to Street Profits. So your thoughts on the Street Profits winning this match and the match?
Gotta love the Profits, man. Gotta love the Profits. They're finally getting their due. They deserve this. They absolutely deserve this because they've been going through a lot. Not getting a title shot, not getting this is their time, and they definitely deserve it. So I'm all about the Street Profits. Go ahead, Ed.
They had to go with a babyface team because there's nothing babyface about the Australian Jackass and the Golden Egg Boy.
You're right. There is nothing. There is absolutely nothing. Nothing babyface about those guys.
Well, I mean, I'm happy to see that A-Town's actually got a belt again because he had the U.S. title for the longest time, and then they took that off him, and he hasn't done anything since. So him and Waller, I'm okay with it. I'm fine.
And I'm a bigger fan of Pete Dunne's movesets. I love the fingers things because Pete Dunne's he's a submission guy.
Every time I watch it, I cringe. But go ahead.
I like the submission type wrestlers. And that's a body part, and that's a body part that when he uses a submission, it's part of his moveset.
I get it, but he doesn't use it as a submission. He just grabs them and he pulls them apart like this.
Stop!
Now visually it's cool, but it doesn't do anything. Like, what does it do? Like the guy hurts his fingers. Okay.
It makes me feel pain every time I see it.
Every time I watch it, I cringe.
But the first couple times I did see it, I'm like, holy shit, that's awesome. You never see nothing like it. But now there's nothing else added to it. Like, you don't do anything off of it. It's like everybody's like kind of like Dave. You cringe from it. And that's it.
I cringe when I watch it every time.
It's like when I watch if I watch a UFC fight, the cringiest part for me is when they stomp their feet. So it's almost like a hand stomp if you ask me. Just put his hand on the mat and step on it. If that's what you're gonna do. I mean, if you're gonna use the part of a submission, like you get on that arm, you grab those fingers, and you start bending them and contorting them. I can see that you're holding it, for a time and stuff like that. I think that might be a little bit more useful than just like a one-off, kind of thing, and that to actually make a move out of it, make it a submission hold, where somebody has to try to, try to straighten their fingers out and get out of it.
Can you imagine somebody taking your
fingers-
fingers and doing that?
fingers are
Oh, stop! You're that's like fingernails on a chalkboard. Same thing. Ugh.
But yeah, this is super awesome for Street Profits. So I am really excited for them.
No, I am happy. I love Dawkins. I'm a fan. I just like Angelo Dawkins. I think he's so good.
So they're still being led down to the ring by Bobby Lashley. I think that's great, though. I think
That's okay. I'm okay with that.
No, I think it's great because Bobby is like a main event guy. He is a main event guy. He's
Oh, no doubt.
He's been proven in a couple different companies, and for him to still be leading those two guys, I think that's awesome. I think that's fantastic. So,
I think it's only a matter of time for the Street Profits to actually become tag team champions.
I agree, and I think this is it. I just don't see A-Town Down Under holding titles long at all.
No. This could be. Is that Backlash or is that SmackDown?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's a Backlash or SmackDown thing. I don't know.
Having the Australian Jackass in theory holding the tag team belts, it's like if Vince had put the tag team belts on the Conquistadors back in the day.
You mean the Beverly Brothers, right?
The Conquistadors.
Is that the Conquistadors? Yeah.
Yeah, they were the enhancement tag team of the mid '80s to the early '90s.
Yeah, they were.
You got to remember the Conquistadors, right?
Sure, why not?
You know what used to get me all the time when I was a little kid watching wrestling was the model Rick Martel with that perfume sprayer. They used to kill me as a kid. I was like, Dad,
what was it called?
Spraying all over the people, Dad.
What was that called? What was it? No, what was that? Oh God, what was that fragrance?
Arrogance.
Was it Arrogance?
Yep.
The professor knows. Don't question the professor, man.
I don't question the professor. He's right.
You're like, what are you sure? Arrogance? You're like, come on, man.
I thought it was something else, but okay.
He's man has a degree in it. He's a PhD.
I get it. Okay, I won't. Okay,
he's a professor. Right. He's a legitimate doctor from from the School of Hard Knocks here.
Rick, right, the model, Martel. Come on,
model, baby.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anyway, so moving on from the four-way tag match to Carlito and Santos. A good match there. A really good match.
I did watch. That's where I came into play. I actually watched it. I saw the match. It was very good.
It was a very good match. Carlito looked really good. I think that's probably the best he's looked so far since he's coming back, in my opinion.
Yes.
He's not wearing jeans. He's actually wearing ring gear now, which is important. I think so you don't rub you get crotch rot or something. I'm still waiting. I still think they keep saying about Dragon Lee wasn't attacked by.
I knew you were going to go with that.
I still think it's Carlito, and I don't know when they're going to reveal who it is. There's going to be some sort of grainy backstage footage, and all you're going to see is Carlito's big afro or something, and that's it.
Santos denied, he's like even in interviews, he denied that he had nothing to do with Dragon Lee.
Well, that's the thing. Why would he deny it if he actually didn't do it? He's a heel. He's like, yeah, right. I took him out. He's denied. That means he probably didn't do it.
No.
A babyface would deny doing something dastardly like that. A heel would not. A heel would take credit for it. So yeah, all right, I did that.
Sure.
Yep. So I mean, it's.
So do we still think it's Carlito?
I think it's Carlito. Eddie,
okay.
What do you think it is?
Carlito.
Dave, who do you think it is?
I don't even know. I couldn't tell you. To me, it sounds like Carlito because that's where they're going with this, as far as it looks like, anyway. But
I think it leads to a Carlito Ray match, and that could be like a retirement type match too. I know I said I'd rather see Dom and Ray, as Ray's last match, but it could be a Carlito because Carlito's up there in age. He's been around for a long time. Just came back recently, but it's plausible that you could see one of those guys retire with Ray being near 70 and Carlito being around 60. So that's I don't know how old they really are.
Maybe it was Ray. Maybe it was Ray that took out.
Wouldn't that be something? That would be something. Nobody would have seen that coming if it was little.
Exactly. Maybe it could have been Ray.
And all of a sudden he takes off his shirt and he's part of the Judgment Day.
Exactly.
Poppy's here.
Wouldn't that be hysterical? Oh man.
I'd lose my shit. I tell you, I'd lose it. I wouldn't be able to handle
it. Like I said, it could have been Ray. Who knows?
A Poppy to replace Mommy.
Yeah, that's what a Poppy, because Mommy's not there. Poppy's got to be there, right? Poppy's got to
Lord.
be there. Take his belt off and beating their asses in the clubhouse. I think that'd be hilarious. Poppy's home.
Leave
cracking the
Eddie
belt.
leave Eddie out of this. Come on now.
I'll tell you what. When I was a kid, like one of the scariest things when we were in trouble was my dad would take off his belt and he'd crack it. You ever have your dad crack the belt?
Yeah. No, I had a strap, bro. I had no belt. I had the strap.
Oh yeah.
Well,
My mom had a strap, man. That thing had lines across that thing. She'd whip. Oh my God, that thing hurt.
Boy, Eddie would have been perfect for that, bro. If he had
Absolutely.
Holy
Yep.
cow! Can you imagine the comedy goat out of that with that smirk of his?
No doubt.
He would have been all over Rhea, the whole Poppy Mommy thing. Oh my God.
Just like when he cheated on China.
Latino heat.
Latino heat.
All right. So moving on from that. We had a number one contenders match for Cody's title. I guess that's the WWE. Is that the WWE title now, or is that the Universal title?
The WWE World title.
Okay.
WWE World title. Yes.
So the number one contenders match, LA Knight. No, yes. Okay. All right.
No, I'm ticked because my man. See, guys, I got to be honest here, and I'm not that I'm always on the show, but you guys know I love AJ Styles. You guys know I love LA Knight. It is killing me that these two are fighting each other for the number one contender spot because I'm so pulling for LA Knight. I'm like 70-30 here, okay? Because I love LA Knight, and I want LA Knight to get a title shot. And for AJ to win it, why? For what reason? AJ don't need a title. He's not beating Cody. It doesn't matter.
LA Knight ain't beating Cody either.
Well, I get it, but I'd rather see LA Knight get a shot than AJ Styles. I mean,
at least if they're going to do that, at least have Logan Paul be the guy that comes and screws LA Knight over to set something up for Pete's sake.
Right.
Yeah,
it's just tearing me apart. These two. I mean. I mean, to me, SmackDown is the house that AJ Styles built, guys. You know, and then you got LA Knight, who I love, just love as a wrestler and as a fan. It's killing me, guys. It's killing me.
SmackDown belongs to The Rock. Never forget that.
That's why I heard that about the house that AJ built. I'm thinking, wait a second, SmackDown's The Rock's. I mean, I don't know.
SmackDown's the house that AJ Styles built, guys. Come on now.
The Rock would take his right hand, shine it up nice and shiny, and smack AJ around.
Hey, AJ, hey, LA Knight got his win at WrestleMania, so I was happy about that. So I guess him losing to SmackDown it is what it is. You know? That's
just another part of LA Knight's story, is what it is. It's going to build up. LA Knight, maybe we have a heel turn by LA Knight. I don't know. I doubt it.
No.
I doubt it. But I thought AJ looked good. I liked the eye poke there at the end to get the win. To lead to the phenomenal forearm. I thought that was great, especially from a heel, almost like Rowdy Piper-esque there. That was awesome. But AJ gets the win. It is what it is. Do you guys think this feud is over now?
No.
So what are they gonna? Do you think
they could add LA Knight to a triple threat if they really wanted to do that?
I don't see why they could right now. I mean, with it being a legitimate win, he poked him in the eye, but would the referee have disqualified him if he caught it? No. That's why I don't understand. Like when they say, "Oh, he did it behind the referee's back." Well, what the hell's the referee gonna do? He ain't gonna call it. He ain't gonna say, "Bring the bell." He poked him in the eye. It's not gonna happen.
Just add LA Knight to the match. I'm okay with it.
It wasn't like when Nakamura kicked AJ Styles in the gonads.
Yeah. Now that might have been called. And it's funny you bring that up because that's the Santos Escobar versus Carlito. That's kind of how Santos. I don't think he won. Yeah, no, that led to him winning. He kicked the rope when Carlito was stepping over the middle rope, and reverberated his junk, against the rope there. So. I call it how I see it there, Eddie. I hear you laughing.
I was surprised that LA Knight took the pin, though. That's what blew my mind.
Right in the middle of the ring.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Took the pin right in the middle of the ring. I thought for sure it'd be like disqualification or count out or something like that. I didn't think LA Knight would take the pin like that.
Well, who knows what's on those gloves that AJ has on his hands? Maybe there's some sort of like a pepper spray. He sprays it on his gloves before he goes out there and rubbed it in LA Knight's eyes. Like, oh my God. That was
Could
it.
be.
He couldn't kick out. I don't know.
Mm.
They should have had Logan Paul come out and screw to set something up. I
Right.
want to see Logan Paul and LA Knight.
Well, and so the fact that they didn't do something like that leads me to believe as well. I agree with Dave that this isn't over. This feud is not over yet.
No, I don't think it's far from over.
Was that Dave? Did you say it, or was that Eddie? It doesn't matter who said it, but anyway, I don't think it's over either, because if it would have been over, there's something else would have happened at the end of that
Right.
match or during that match.
But for LA Knight to take the pin like that blows my mind. Like, why would they? Like, I could see if it's like count out, disqualification, but take the in the middle of the ring.
Well, if it's a count or disqualification, then you could absolutely see a three-way match.
Right. Yeah, it's true.
So where does LA Knight go from here, guys?
See, that's my question. I don't know.
Eddie's saying Logan Paul, but how do we get to Logan Paul and LA Knight?
That's why I would have Logan Paul be the one that come out and screw LA Knight over in that match, and not have AJ win basically clean.
Gotcha.
So I mean, the next. Go ahead, Dave.
I can see that. I can see what Eddie was saying. Definitely. But
go ahead.
A U.S. title match between Logan Paul and LA Knight, I'd be okay with that too. I have no problem with that. But I just don't see LA Knight to me, LA Knight is getting screwed out of this deal. He's not going to get a title either way. So,
boy, oh boy, Dave. So if he does get that U.S. title match against Logan Paul, you are gonna be pissed when he loses because he hit some Prime bottle and got distracted.
You got that right.
Dave, get your call Chad Gable's daughter, get the tissues from her because you're gonna be crying. So
once again, my guy doesn't get a title.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
I know.
Anybody that faces Logan Paul next, because they're gonna keep that rolling, almost like Roman Reigns and his last bunch of title defenses, where you had all those interferences by the Bloodline from basically a year. Every title defense he had for a year was, somehow had the Bloodline had their hand into interference in it. It's going to be the same exact way with Logan Paul and that Prime bottle, whoever the hell's going to be in it, Speedy, Skippy or something like that, whatever his name was, Skippy Speedy, Speedy Underdog or something.
I think it was it Speedy? I'm not even sure.
Speed something or rather. Speed Diamond Cutter. I don't know.
Just call him Randy Orton's victim.
Randy Orton's victim.
Randy Orton's victim.
Kicked him right in the prime. He kicked him. I knocked the cap off his head and everything. The cap went rolling, spilled out everywhere.
This is true.
So we move on to the Solo Sikoa segment of the show here. A portion of the show. Is he the new tribal chief of the new bloodline? That seems to be informing here.
That's what it looks like.
Or is there somebody behind the scenes that we don't know about yet? Rock, or what? I mean, the way he dressed, the way he looked the part of the tribal chief. You had the black suit on. He was dressed to the T's, except his thumb was taped up like an idiot.
Mm.
I mean, I don't get that, but whatever. So Paul Heyman's terrified of him, which I think Paul Heyman's doing a great job to show how scary Solo is.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Heyman's afraid of him, and then Tama Tonga, Paul's afraid of him. I think Paul's afraid of those guys because there's nobody there to corral them in.
Yeah, nothing Paul can do at this point. He's just.
If Roman's there, Roman can kind of keep them under wraps. You would think, because he's a tribal chief. Without Roman there, these guys are just kind of running wild. And
Paul's useless without Roman there.
Yeah, and without Roman there to kind of keep them in check, it's just getting more out of control. And when Roman does come back, there's no way he's going to be able to get them under the control. It's going to be too far gone.
When does Roman come back is my question.
Who knows? So we've heard rumors. I think our boy Paul Spencer said that he was shooting a movie with Keanu Reeves. That's kind of a Bill and Ted I didn't see yet, but so what would we call it? Bill and Ted go to the Samoan Isles, or Bill and Ted go to Fiji?
I saw something this morning. I was watching. I think it was this morning or yesterday. My days are running together. I saw a promo that had Roman, Jay, and I think it was Jay and Jimmy wearing red shirts. That's kind of cool. I was like, this is cool. I'm into that. Tribal chief wearing the red, like kind of like an NWO red, kind of like Wolfpack type deal.
Yeah.
I was like, this is cool.
That's what I said. I kind of said when we were talking about this last week about old bloodline versus new bloodline. I kind of brought that up to compare it. It's kind of like when the NWO split. You had the NWO and you had the NWO Wolfpack.
That's what it reminded me of. Yeah.
So you could almost see something like that happening. And like I said last week, I could see it. The new bloodline. Yeah, Solo, Tama Tonga. Who the hell's coming up here next? The other Samoan that they rumored to be coming up soon.
Jacob Fatu.
Yeah,
Jacob Fatu.
Thank you. And on the other side of the old wood, you'd have Roman and the Usos.
Jay and Jimmy.
So, I mean, it seems to be headed that way. You would think, which I think would be pretty neat. A bloodline civil war kind of thing happening there. And like I think Dave, you brought it up, or Eddie brought it up, or somebody brought it up. Survivor Series War Games again. So you could have something like that, but I know War Games is usually 4 or 5 guys, so you'd have to add a little bit more to it.
I want to say 5.
4 or 5.
So you could always add Sammy to the
and Sami Zayn too. That's what I saw. Right? He was Yep.
And there's there's a lot of noise that are in wrestling, so they can easily bring up another. I think there's another brother that Jimmy and Jay have that has been in the business a couple years now. So they got Rikishi was busy.
He's been busy.
You want to talk about the golden egg? That dude had the golden sperm or something. I don't know.
No, but like in the promo though, they had the red shirts on. I thought that was kind of cool, like red and black for the bloodline. I was like, this is kind of cool. I'm into that. Yeah.
So go ahead.
I got the perfect idea on how to bring Roman back. When it's time, have them beat the living daylights out of Paul Heyman and make him do a stretcher job. They would probably be able to protect him well enough where he. So can you imagine Paul Heyman getting the Samoan spike done to him and
then Roman comes in and makes saves the day?
No, that would bring him back. That would be the thing that brings Roman back.
Gotcha.
Wouldn't that be something if you had Heyman? If something like that did happen, if Heyman got his the Heyman guys together, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and the return of Brock Lesnar against those guys, then that'd be something as well. But not really sure if we ever see Brock Lesnar again.
I think we will. We will. One of these times.
Supposed allegation, which again, I don't know what Brock Lesnar actually did wrong, but I'm not going to get into that here.
Who knows?
Because we're not going to talk about it here.
Yeah.
But there was somebody that really got their butts kicked on SmackDown, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
You know where I'm going with this, right, Ed?
Oh my!
Tell him, Ed.
Kevin Owens bled like a stuck pig, and I liked it.
Why did you like it, Eddie? What was so like?
It was just that's how to do an old-fashioned bleed job. Thank you, Paul Levesque. Thank you, Paul Levesque.
I think it was probably fake blood, but anyway, I like the blood part of it. I do like the blood. You wouldn't have seen it before, but I do like it, and I thought it was great. They go out back. Nick Aldis drags Paul Heyman out back and shows him the cars crashing. He said, this one belongs to Kevin Owens, and the car that's crashed into it belongs to Tama Tonga, and Nick Aldis is putting the blame.
You would have ticked off Nick Aldis, let me tell you.
And Paul's trying to say, this isn't authorized. This isn't authorized. So we know something's going on here. But I thought it was pretty cool. They brought Kevin Owens down, and Tama Tonga went to the ring. Then they all did their one finger. I thought it was pretty cool that Kevin Owens got up and went after him, and he started fighting back. I thought that was pretty cool. And then before he got the spike actually to the throat, and that was that. You
Dude,
so
KO got his butt kicked on Friday night. That's for sure.
I don't know.
They beat him down pretty good.
He also did lay a little bit of wood on Tama Tonga there too. So he had him down a couple times.
I know Eddie was enjoying it.
Eddie, are you not a KO fan?
I'm a more of a fan of anybody that's related to Haku, son of Haku.
Well, I don't know. I'd be a little bit worried if I were them of what kind of Kevin Owens I might get back here.
Yeah, exactly.
The fight Owens fight guy. That guy was pretty. Some of the stuff that I watched between him and El Generico back in the day, Sami Zayn, some of that stuff was pretty brutal. So I mean, if you get that KO back, if you're able to resurrect that KO, there could be some trouble. Who is next on the Bloodlines list, though?
That's a good question.
There's going to be somebody else. There has to be somebody else. That's
Kofi?
too high yet. He said Cody. Cody, not Kofi.
Cody. Sorry, I think you said Kofi.
Don't be laying that on Kofi Kingston's head.
I was going to say, what's Kofi Kingston have to do with the Bloodline?
Kofi's at home watching this right now, eating a bowl of Booty-O's from 10 years ago.
That's right.
His eyes perked up like, Dave, I didn't do nothing to those guys. Why am I in that? So no,
I thought he said Kofi. I thought he said Kofi. I was like, what?
Jay is on that list too, and it doesn't matter that he's on the other brand because the new Bloodline has gone rogue.
Yes, and that's where I was going to go with it, because Nick Aldis said to Paul Heyman on this show, there's order and stuff like that.
Yep.
There are consequences and stuff. So that's why I agree with Eddie. I think that Jey Uso is next on the list because it is off that brand.
Could be.
So they take it to Raw and the old spike to the throat there, and that's that. Maybe even I don't know about Drew McIntyre, because McIntyre's had some issues with the Bloodline as well, but also they also kind of work together a little bit.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Drew wanted nothing to do with the Bloodline though.
Yeah, but you seen him talking to Paul Heyman. He also kept Priest from I guess he kept Priest from cashing in on Seth Rollins a couple times. Not really Roman Reigns, but yeah. So, but I think Jey Uso might be next on that list.
He could be. Yeah.
All right. So
could they do something that involves Naomi just because he is married to Jimmy?
No, I don't think so. That's people do know that she's married to Jimmy, but I don't think enough. It's not enough common knowledge. It's not like a Becky Lynch and a Seth Rollins kind of deal.
Yeah.
Because like I always forget. I see her. I'm like, oh, she's married to a wrestler. Like, which wrestler is she married to? I forget it's Jimmy all the time.
Jimmy. Yeah.
But it's not enough. I don't think it's common enough knowledge knowing that. Unless they really want it out there, then they could do that. But or maybe even they have Nia Jax, who is part of the Bloodline. That the actual Bloodline, not the group, but maybe
Nia Jax. Yeah, that's a possibility too.
Nia Jax pledged her allegiance to that Bloodline. Maybe she starts dropping the hammer down on some of these ladies a little bit more brutally. And that's always a possibility too. But
she could.
But I think Jey Uso's next. He's next on the old.
Okay.
At least somebody from Raw. I don't think it's gonna be from SmackDown. I think somebody from Raw this time.
Well,
maybe even Sammy. Who knows? Maybe Sammy.
Guys, all I know is I was happy to see my champion defend her title. I know she got the win. That's all I care about.
And so your champion, I believe, is Bayley.
That is correct.
So there's Bayley versus Naomi 1-on-1. And I thought Naomi looked good. Bayley looked good. Mm-hmm. You had damage control up in the rafters for some reason. That
was messed up.
Why was it messed up?
I just thought it was kind of weird because you had the other two on the other side. I thought that was kind of weird.
So they bring out Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair.
Bianca, yeah.
To kind of keep an eye on. I'm like, what the hell are they going to do? They're up in the nosebleed sections. By the time they get down there, the match is going to be over.
Exactly.
So it's like, what are they going to do? They ain't going to do nothing.
No.
So I don't even know why.
What was the point? What was the point of that? That whole segment was terrible.
If I were Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, I'd find better seats than that. Like, they ain't going to
That's true.
They're all the way up there.
Exactly.
In a box suite or whatever the hell it was. It's something they have to go out and you get in an elevator, go down. And
there was no point to that segment. That was terrible.
Yeah, I think the point was to show that they were there and then to show that, hey, this team has issues with this team to kind of remind everybody. So I think that's part of it.
And then
But-
what's her name? Let me know that they're still the tag team champions. I didn't. Whatever.
Yeah, that wasn't all that big of a deal.
But the Kabuki Warriors are still tag team champions.
Yeah.
Who cares?
And
What's
like I
that?
said, I think that's to remind the audience. I think that's just because they haven't really done anything. I guess in the last couple of weeks, since
Well,
WrestleMania.
you would keep telling me we're still Judgment Day. That was kind of the same thing. Well,
And that exactly, it's and the whole Judgment Day thing. That's every damn week. This has been once. Every week they're saying we got to remind them who the Judgment Day
right.
is. That's my Priest voice. That's my Damian Priest voice.
I know who the Judgment Day is. They have Dirty Dom, and they have the Keebler Elf, and then they got Boring Balor.
And I guess
Keebler Elf.
the nickname for Damian Priest online has been the bisexual Undertaker, which I don't understand. That's what they call him.
Drew,
I don't get it. I don't
think-
understand it. But whatever.
I think that was Drew that came up with that line.
Oh, is it Drew say that or
The bisexual Undertaker.
whatever it was? But I'm like, okay, I guess that's
Oh,
what it
God.
is. I don't know. Okay, Drew McIntyre. All right, well done, Drew. So we had Bailey, Naomi, and there was
He said that
winner?
during when he was won and lost the belt.
No, okay.
Yeah, a certain person came in that match. I threw me off. I didn't see that coming.
So you had Tiffany Stratton interject.
Yeah,
herself into
Tiffy
this match
time.
and cause a disqualification, and then she
Mhm.
does the prettiest moonsault, which it's absolutely it's picture perfect. It
It is.
awesome. You
It
can't
is.
deny it.
Yep.
And so then she interjects herself into the title picture. She wanted that shot last week. She thought Bailey was going to issue an open challenge, and she was going to take that open challenge, but Bailey was not issuing an open challenge. She was issuing a challenge to Naomi. She felt like Naomi deserved it because she had her back, even though Naomi lost every damn match she's been in as a singles competitor.
She
since
always
came
loses.
back. Oh, and she loses again. Imagine that.
Oh,
She's
gee.
won one match since she's been back from Monday Night Raw as a singles competitor, and that was against Tiffany Stratton last week. So take that for what you will.
Yep.
It's Tiffy time. It is Tiffy time. She was covered up. She was looking more respectable this week. So that's a bonus for some people.
She was covered up. She was. I'll give her that. She looked good in pink, though. I'll give her that much.
She looks good in anything, Dave.
This is true.
But
But I like the pink.
I'm excited to see her in a championship match.
I don't think she's going to get the title. I mean, I don't think she's going to win the title or anything. But for her to get a shot, I'm okay with that.
Absolutely. She's been putting out some really good work. So I'm not the one that she deserves it. But I think she's worked towards it. She deserves a shot at the title. She deserves to get that main event view. That for people to see her in the main event, kind of a big match, which is a title match is a big match. And so whether or not that's going to be part of Naomi as well, it's probably going to be a fatal three-way, or what do they call it?
Triple threat.
Triple threat match. I always mess it up. I always forget triple threat.
It's fatal four-way triple threat.
Yeah, I always mess it up, and it pisses me off.
That's all right.
Triple threat. So it's probably more than likely going to be a triple threat match, and more than likely, I would think Bailey's going to come out on top, or something happens where Tiffany comes out on top because something happens between Naomi and Bailey. Now they start feuding. I don't know. I doubt it.
Right.
But you just never know because they.
I mean, Billy just won the title. Man, you can't take it off for this quick.
Yeah, you can.
Nah, not this fast.
Not
this quick. No, give her till after Backlash. Then maybe you can do it. Maybe not now. Too early.
I think too early. Perfect time.
She just won a title at WrestleMania. Why
She had her Mania moment. Get over it.
Come on.
Too early to put the belt on Tiffany.
I agree. Too early.
I don't think it's too early.
I think Tiffany and when they make it a triple threat match, I think they're going. One of them's going. I think Tiffany's going to cost herself because he's too busy with Naomi.
Possibly. Nah, Naomi's still paying the price for leaving. That to me, that'll never die.
She's not paying a price for anything. She was just in a title match.
I'm just saying.
What the hell is she paying the price for? She had a
Losing
WrestleMania
every match. Losing every match is what she's paying the price for.
Well, she was in a WrestleMania match, which she won.
When she
was
took
part of
off
the
with
winning team.
Sasha, they will never forgive her for that. So.
They did. They gave her a WrestleMania match.
They brought her back. That's
Okay.
forgiving. Vince,
Nah.
if it was Vince that was running things, Naomi would never be back, no matter what.
So he
Okay.
would have brought her back and put her in some sort of chicken suit.
No, I'm not bringing her back is fine and put her in WrestleMania as well. I mean, but she hasn't won a match since you said Tiffany. She's Tiffany. So I mean, you know.
Look who sees. Look at all the women that are on the roster. So
True.
I would always put Tiffany over Naomi. Sorry, but Tiffany has something that Naomi. To me, Tiffany can be something special. Naomi is just Naomi.
She's the glow.
Naomi in her prime, a few years ago. She's been around for a long time. You forget.
She's been around for a while.
She was very good, very very good. She held the title.
I'm not saying she wasn't. She was women's champion at one point.
I didn't say you didn't say that, Dave. I'm just saying I'm rebuttaling what Eddie said.
But right now at this point of her career, she's just on the bottom of the
bottom of the barrel.
She's in a title match. Where is she on the bottom at? She's in a title match, which is
Did
the
she
number
win?
one spot.
Did she win?
It was a disqualification.
But I'm saying.
And so now we're expecting a.
Has she won a match since she's been back?
Yes.
One.
Last week. And again, I've said that multiple times. I said the freaking how she got a championship match is beyond me. Because she's lost every singles match up until that one where she beat Tiffany Stratton for the title shot, which she shouldn't even be in that spot to begin with because she hasn't won a damn match since then. But she won last week. Regardless of what I think about it, she won that match last week. She had a title match. All right, so that does not put her at the bottom of the totem pole. That puts her at the top of the totem pole, regardless of what she did not win, because it doesn't make sense to me either. It doesn't. It blows my mind that they put her in that spot.
Right.
She is a former champion. She has been at the top. She's been at the top for a long time. Back in her heyday, which again, is probably long past her. She's more of a name than anything now. She can still go in the ring. She still does decent in the ring. She take that from her, but she's not at the bottom. She has been forgiven for leaving because she's in a title match. She was in WrestleMania. Any other woman they could put in that match, they didn't need a third person for Jade and Bianca to beat the Damage Control. They did it. I don't care what you say. That those two could have beat Damage Control. Okay. But Naomi, they forgave her. She's not at the bottom of the totem pole because she's in, what we're going to presume to be back-to-back championship matches. If they do the three-way match, because I forgot the name of it. It's a famous three-way.
I'm just saying. She hasn't won a match. She's been back. They just won. So.
And I said that as well. I agree with you.
Okay.
And that's why I said it doesn't make sense that she's here, but she is anyway. So look at it the way it is. You can't be at the bottom. You cannot be on the bottom rung and be at the top at the same time.
Okay.
She's a number one contender because she beat Tiffany Stratton last week.
She did.
That puts her at the top. She skipped all those other rungs for some reason. They put her there. The only thing I can think of is just because of her past, and they put her at the top. For whatever reason. And now with the interference by Tiffany Stratton, she's going to remain there for at least one more match.
At least one.
At least one until she loses that, and we would assume that she'd come tumbling back down the ladder. But you know what happens when you assume, Dave and Eddie? It makes an ass out of you and me. So
thank you.
Yeah, if you look at the women's roster right now, to me, she's as an in-ring worker, is probably closer to the bottom than being on the top. She's probably she's definitely below like Tiffany Stratton. She's ahead of she's definitely ahead of Nia, that's for sure. But she's definitely not in like the top tier of the people that are probably going to do a lot of investing in.
Okay. So she's definitely not the future. I wouldn't say that her skill set isn't good. She is still good in the ring.
Oh,
she's not what she was.
Her ring sense. I'm just saying.
I didn't say you did. Okay. Eddie was just talking. I didn't say you said it. Eddie was just talking about her skill set in the ring. I don't think it's really diminished that much. She is still really good in the ring. Mm-hmm. She's not as great as she used to be. There are a lot better out there right now. I agree with that 100%. I don't think she should be in the spot that she's in right now. I agree with that 100%, but she is. She's not terrible in the ring. She's not great in the ring either, but she's definitely not at the bottom, for as in-ring work. She's definitely not at the bottom. She still puts out a decent match. I don't think she can go long, but I still think she's decent in the ring. So.
Okay.
All right, then. Nothing else there, I guess.
I got nothing on Naomi.
Eddie, anything else
good.
on the women's match that we've?
Yeah, it was what it was.
Go ahead, Dave. What were you gonna say?
No, I like the fact that Tiffany came in there, made a name for herself like she's doing right now, and definitely going to get a title shot within a few weeks or so. And she's definitely good. I mean, she's doing what she needs to do, and Triple H loves her. So if it works for them, perfect.
So yeah, before we continue here real quick, I know we're getting close to the end of the show here. Right now we're sitting at 98 live viewers.
Wow.
Guys, if you're watching from X, you can now comment on the show on X. I've tried it. I couldn't do it, but people have done it from X. You double click the live stream and a comment section should pop up where you can comment. You have to double click the video itself though. You have to double click it and a comment section is supposed to pop up. I tried before. I couldn't do it. It pissed me off, so I stopped. But other people have done it on your mobile device or on your personal computer or laptop, whatever the hell you guys do.
I would love to thank our viewers for watching us. If they have any questions, we'd love to answer them. Anything. Just toss it out there. It doesn't matter what it is. We're out of the box. We'll talk about anything. Doesn't matter.
Except for politics and stuff like that.
We don't go there.
Eileen rubs it in my face. Easy as pie. I tried. I cannot figure it out.
Easy as pie.
I'm there beating the shit out of my phone. I'm like, tap, 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 tap. And it's not working. So I cannot figure it out.
Your phone doesn't like you, big man.
Apparently. Well, we're going to have to do a tutorial here. I watched the lady. We shared a video. We're at 100 live viewers right now. We watched a tutorial video on this. I watched it a couple different times. And I don't know. I'm mesmerized by the lady's mustache, but it is what it is.
I said, any questions, we're willing to answer as best we can.
So yeah, easy as pie. I do like pie.
Cherry.
Blueberry.
I'm not gonna say what kind of pie I like.
Is it the
we
same
weren't going there, big man.
Is it the same kind of pie that The Rock likes?
Poo-tang pie.
Sweet potato pie. What are you guys talking about, perverts?
Hey, I'm a cherry guy myself.
It's a family show. Dave's trying to cover up poor Tiff Stratton and everything. It's a family show, right, Dave?
I did last week. I tried to cover up.
He wrote a strongly worded letter to TKO and the
I
investors
did.
And to the board of directors.
Yep.
Got Tiff Stratton to cover up a little bit. I think he says, "Is it when Stewie says cool whip?" For all you Family Guy fans out there, you know what she's talking about.
Stewie.
You say cool whip.
Mommy. What?
What? Mom. You'd really accentuate that H and whip instead of just calling it whip. It whip.
Oh God.
It was pissing Brian off. It was hilarious. That's one of the better. That's old.
Stewie or Bart Simpson. Take your pick. Whatever you want to.
Cartman.
It depends on where you're from. So all right. Anything else you guys want to add?
No. I like when Bart calls the bars and asks for the name, and bartender's like, "Is there somebody there?" Like, gotcha.
I'm looking for IP Freely.
You're right. Yeah.
I'm looking for Amanda Hug and Kiss, and Mo's
I love it.
Hey,
I
guys,
love it.
I need Amanda Hug and Kiss, and
I love it. I love when he calls a bar. Mo answers the phone. He's like, "I'm gonna get you, you little shit."
I'm gonna get you like a fish, and they're Bart's laughing on the other line.
It's hysterical.
And of course, Eileen, she uses IP Freely a lot. I bet you do, Eileen.
Well, no, the best part is when Homer's sitting right there at the bar, and Bart's calling the bar. Classic.
Mo says, "Because I'm gonna get that punk one day."
Get that punk.
Homer's like, I hope you do, and not knowing that it's Bart.
Not knowing his own son's on the other line.
So that's good stuff there.
That's classic, man.
I'm a huge. I love The Simpsons. I'll tell you
Oh,
what.
I do too. I'm a fan.
So The Simpsons for me, I watched it basically like the first 20 seasons, and after that I've kind of fell off. Just because with the kids and stuff like that, I just don't have time to watch it now. It's tough.
What was Bart saying all the time? I forget what he said. He said something. I forget.
I caramba, eat my shorts.
I
don't have a
caramba.
comment.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, there you go.
You have
I
caramba,
caramba.
eat my shorts. Don't have
Eat
a
my
comment.
shorts. Yeah.
There's quite a few. I didn't. Yeah, he was the I didn't do it boy in the one episode. Myself and Eileen were talking earlier today about the Homer at bat episode for the softball.
That's the best one. Where it hits him in the head and he falls forward.
And then they have that song, talking softball from Maine to San Diego, talking softball.
Oh my God.
Lee and Canseco, Ken Griffey's grotesquely swollen jaw.
You know that too well.
Is running with the law. We're talking Homer.
Oh my
Ozzy
God.
and the straw. Absolutely, 100%.
Ed, he knows that too well, bud.
Yeah. Roger Clemens clucking like a chicken.
You got too much time in your hands. You watch The Simpsons, bro.
Don Mattingly shaved his sideburns and got kicked off the team.
I remember.
And he said he liked Mr. Burns better than he liked Steinbrenner.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Oh man.
So anything else, guys, you want to add from the show here before we get out of here?
Raw and SmackDown we're both good shows, and we're how many weeks to Backlash? 2, 1.
I know. Well, I know the draft is next
weekend.
So I think the week after, or is the week or two after the draft. I think.
Speaking of draft, are we going to see some surprises next week? What do you guys think?
I don't know. So the draft starts next Friday on SmackDown. So I'm thinking, do the champions get switched? Does Cody go back to Raw, or does Cody stay SmackDown this time with the Bloodline they being there? Does the Bloodline go to Raw? Do they split? Does Roman go to Raw and Solo stay on SmackDown?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, usually the champions
get split up. I don't know.
Yeah, normally the champions stay on their brand though. Normally, that's
but it's not. They're not the Raw champion, and it's not the SmackDown champion. They're just the Universal and WWE title. So you can't interchange them. You can flip them.
It's true.
So I mean, I don't know. Does Gunther move to SmackDown? It's a lot of huge questions. I know in the past they've split up teams or factions, and there's been times where they haven't split up factions where they drafted the whole faction. So I don't know what they do there. So it's going to be interesting.
The best draft is when they put Triple H on SmackDown and he spit the water out. That was classic. SmackDown selects Triple H. He's like, what?
How about the draft when they broke up the APA and they were both they both looked like they could read their lips, and it looked like they kind of cussed without cussing.
Yeah, the APA. I'll tell you, there's one tag team that I miss.
Yeah. Bradshaw and Farouk. Yeah.
Public Enemy sure don't miss APA. Not after the ass whooping they were given, because they were kind of being they disrespected the WWF business, so the APA was sent out there to whoop their butts.
And they did. They stomped them. And it was a real slugfight. They were really hitting them. It was no fucking around. Pardon my French there on the clean show here.
Knock on the APA door. Walk in the door. What do you want?
It was just a door frame. I think that was the greatest thing ever. It's just a
classic.
You could see them. You could see them. You had to knock on the door and walk.
Yeah, knock on the door to come in. Yeah.
They're sitting there playing cards. That was fantastic. That was great.
I don't think there's a way I would go looking for trouble with Ron Simmons.
No.
Well, nothing beats when Rock took Simmons out with the Nation. That was classic.
How about the APA poker games that they always had during their
classic
in their clubhouse? Oh, I better not say that in front of them, because then I might take a whooping.
That was not their clubhouse. That was the back room. I think that's
in the back room. Yep.
Their office.
Yeah, their office. Pretty much their office. That's where deals were made.
Big sign says APA. How can we help you?
Brian Kendrick and Paul London snacking on their food and drinking their beer.
Oh my gosh, those two. No, the Brian Kendrick. Crazy. Yeah,
We
good
got,
stuff.
Paul Spencer with a comment here. Says it's main event time. Handy versus the Clown Garcia. Now that sounds like a wrestling match.
The
That's like
handyman versus the clown.
Yeah, that sounds like a real true. Paul, are you watching like a TNA or something? Is there something like a professional wrestling on that right now that you're watching that I don't know about?
Is Doink in there too?
Handy versus the Clown. The Clown Garcia, is he part of LWO or what do we got going on here?
Who knows?
No,
The clown.
He's probably watching. There's probably, I don't know if it's like UFC or professional fighting league or whatever.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, Eddie, any surprises you think? No, he's watching boxing.
I think the draft starting next week's SmackDown. I think the one big name I see going over to SmackDown is going to be Gunther.
Oh, I was thinking somebody else.
Who were you thinking, Dave?
Rhea goes to SmackDown.
All right.
Screw the judge. Screw the Judgment Day up. That would be cool.
So do you see any factions getting split up like that? Like the Judgment Day?
I can see the Judgment Day getting split up.
Do you see possibly with the Alpha Academy falling apart here with the Gables heel turn? Do you see like an Otis moving?
That's big too. Sure.
Or Tozawa or somebody from NXT who has their name in the draft. I don't know how that works. I assumed everybody was in the draft, but
everybody's, Well,
sure. who just recently put their name into the draft? Was that Dragunov or who was that?
Yeah, Dragunov.
I mean, so it's like, how does that happen? Like, I'm putting my name in the draft. Well, I didn't realize you could do that. So I just assumed everybody was in the draft.
Right.
I mean, I guess if you're NXT, that's still considered almost like developmental, even though it's kind of not. I don't know. It's like its brand of its own. But so I guess they can't really be in the draft.
I could see LA Knight going to Raw.
I can see that as well. Yeah. And maybe make a run at Priest or something.
Sure, that'd be kind of cool.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have to.
I love the draft. It's the best because I like the fact. I don't know if they still do it or not, but they're all in the back sitting with their shirts on. Yeah. Raw and SmackDown.
And I hate that. I
didn't mind that. That was cool.
I'd like them sitting in the back. I'm cool with that. All kind of like learning, like sitting there waiting to see their draft. Some of them are pissed off. Some are excited. Or when the tag team gets split up or whatever, they kind of look at each other like, "Oh, what are we gonna do? I miss you, brother. I'll miss you, brother." But wearing the stupid T-shirts, I'm
okay with that.
SmackDown. I'm part of Raw. It's like, we know where you're part of.
How about when Cena got drafted to SmackDown? People were crowing nuts.
He doesn't need to wear a SmackDown shirt. They just told
us. He does. Why not?
He doesn't. Why?
Why not? I don't see a problem with it.
I do. I
have a Raw and a SmackDown T-shirt, so I love it. But
hey, that's fine, Dave. You're a fan. I'm just saying these are the wrestlers.
I would I'm happy to go into what brand I'm going on. So if I'm going Brown, I'll wear a SmackDown T-shirt. Go to Raw, go to a Raw T-shirt. I'm okay with that.
Drafted to SmackDown was Mr. Kennedy, and then Mr. Kennedy comes out in a SmackDown T-shirt. Well, no shit, Sherlock. They just told us you went to SmackDown. Why do you have to wear a SmackDown T-shirt?
To remind,
he goes down there and he wrestles.
To be proud of the brand you're going on.
How about a hat like they do with the NFL draft?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Sure,
that would be something different if they walk up there and they shake hands with the GM of that show. They get a hat, they get a T-shirt to hold it to SmackDown T-shirt.
Here's your SmackDown T-shirt.
That would be something.
Why not?
That would be a hell of a curveball there, Eddie. I like that.
I just want to see some sort. I just want give me some surprises. That's the best part about it.
There is going to be some surprises, I have no doubt, but I don't know. We'll see which ones they're with. Go ahead.
Can you see the bloodline being going to Raw?
And that's what I mean. Like, I wonder if they
would that be cool?
Roman. I wonder if they move Roman to Raw and then keep one side of the bloodline on SmackDown, and the other one.
I'd be okay with that.
That also leads a little bit more to the whole bloodline Civil War thing that we were talking about earlier. Because one part of the factions on Raw, the other part of the factions on SmackDown. They're at each other, but they can't quite get at each other because they're on different shows. So
switch the tag team champions on each show too. That'd be kind of cool.
It would make more sense to send Tama and Solo to Raw so they can screw around with Jay.
Yeah. I like that. Does Paul Heyman go to Raw?
I wonder if he's part of the
Is he-
draft.
I'm
I don't
sure
know.
he's part of
That's
it,
a good
right?
question. I don't know.
I mean, everybody's open free, so why not?
Maybe they move Samantha Irvine then to SmackDown,
Possibly.
and poor Ricochet would be stuck on Raw still. Uh-oh.
I'm sure he'd be okay with that.
What happens there then?
I don't know.
No more nighttime pie for Ricochet. That's terrible. I shouldn't be saying stuff like that.
That's terrible. That is horrible, but it is
but hilarious at the same time.
true.
All right, guys.
True.
You guys ready to get out of here? It's midnight.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, it's 12 a.m. All right, guys. Everybody out there, thank you for watching. We're at 110 live viewers. Like I said, next time we're on, if you're watching from X, which most of our viewers are, double click that live stream, double click that video, comment, put it whatever you want. Like we'll read pretty much anything. There's some things I won't read if it's something political or something that might get us canceled. I won't do it. I swear I won't do it. I don't want to be canceled yet.
Don't cancel us.
And I won't put anything derogatory about Taylor Swift on there. Absolutely not, because I don't need Swifties knocking at my door.
Hey,
I will read that instead. I would take the bold.
I don't read it for you.
Eddie, those Swifties are everywhere, man. I'll tell you what.
I'm not scared of no damn Swifties, and I'm not afraid of Travis Kelce either.
Are you a Swiftie fan, Ed?
As much.
He didn't say no.
To me, like I'm a fan of the Swifties, like I'm a fan of hemorrhoids.
So is that a yes or no?
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Oh hell no!
Oh hell no!
All right, so we've discovered that today about Eddie, that he's not a fan of Taylor Swift, Swifties, or hemorrhoids. So there we go. That's good. That's good. It's good to know. It's
nice to know. I'll sleep better tonight knowing that.
Absolutely, no doubt. All right, guys. Thank you for checking the show out. Thank you for commenting. Please like, follow, subscribe. Let me go ahead and put that screen up there before we get out of here, so maybe we get some followers here. 111 live viewers right now. Check us out: Facebook, YouTube, X. We're also we throw some videos up on TikTok, Instagram. Occasionally we're on Twitch as well. But please, for the love of God, subscribe to our YouTube page, Out of the Box Sports. Like the page as well, like the shows, like the episodes. Follow us on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. Follow us there. Give us a like, and it's much appreciated, very much appreciated. And like I said, we have a whole bunch of shows here. I'm live next on Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. with the Bat Cave, talking New York Mets baseball. I'll be live Thursday morning at 10 a.m. with the Silver and Black Lair LA Kings edition, talking LA Kings hockey, playoff hockey now. And then I will also be live Friday, 10 a.m. with the Silver and Black Lair, talking Las Vegas Raiders, the night after round 1 of the draft or before round 2 and 3, night 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I might go live Monday morning to talk a little bit of Kings pregame before their series starts with the Oilers. I haven't decided yet. Dave, where can they check you out next, buddy?
I'll be back in a few weeks with Extra Innings Tuesday nights with Joe Sullivan. We actually did a show last Tuesday. We had a great time doing it. We're talking Major League Baseball. It's a good show. It's fun to watch. We just go over standings and prospects and stuff like that. It's a great time. MLB Extra Innings. Check me out Tuesday night, 7:00. And Wednesday night I'll be at the 215 Boys talking Dallas Cowboys football. All of you Cowboy fans out there. It'll be at 9:30 Wednesday nights. I don't know when we're coming back to that show. It's been a while since we've been on it, but I know we're in the mix of getting things together with it. It's coming back eventually. And of course, Friday nights you can check me out here at 10:30 or 10 o'clock. Sorry, on the Atomic Jock podcast. Saturday nights, not Friday. I take that back. And check me out there. I also talking wrestling with my two favorite guys next to me right here. And then that's where I'm at. So if you want to come see me, I'd love to hear from you.
All right. And so next Saturday, we should be live 10 p.m. I know Adam said he will not be on next Saturday. I think he said he has something going on. I have something going on as well next Saturday, but I might be home in time. So we'll figure it out. I'll talk to you guys more about that. but we should be on again next Saturday night, 10 p.m. It might have to be a little bit later. We'll see what time I get home, and we'll be talking draft. We'll be talking draft and
It's gonna be fun.
Of this past week's Raw and SmackDown shows. So be sure to check out all of our shows. We have a bunch more things. We have the Sully Squad on Mondays for all you fans of Philadelphia sports. Mondays, I think 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. So be sure to check that out.
I think it's a 6 o'clock start for the Sully Squad.
Anything else? What am I missing, Dave? Any other shows that I'm not thinking of?
I guess Chad Gable's daughter got her smile back after what happened on SmackDown.
Maybe Chad Gable's daughter. What do you mean SmackDown?
There is a football show Thursday nights at 6. I think it's the NFC.
The NFL Weekly Talks. So
NFL Weekly, right. Yes.
Thanks, Dave. Thank you for bringing this up real quick. So next Thursday night, we will be live for the draft as well. Mm-hmm. So I don't think I have an overlay for that I can see right now. I'm kind of checking for it, but yes, we will be on Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Live with the NFL draft, talking NFL draft and stuff like that. There'll be a couple of hosts on. I know I will be hopping on as soon as I get home from my daughter's practice. So probably more around closer to 8 o'clock for me jumping on there. Cowboy Dave, are you going to be on that at all?
I don't think I'm going to jump on, but if they need me, I can. I will. Definitely.
All right.
So I think he's got Joe Sullivan on there, and I know he's got a couple other people on there. I don't think he needs me, but if he does, that's fine.
And I've been invited, and I'm going to be joining for
that too. I don't know. Are you on there, Ed?
All you got to do is talk to your boy Paul Spencer, buddy.
Yes, yep. He already knows. We've already been talking about it. If the NFL draft is my personal Christmas.
That's your Christmas?
Time for Eddie. There we go.
There you go.
All right. Yeah, I don't see.
Like I said, if I'm asked to jump on, I will. But as of this point, I don't think I'm on. So.
All right.
There you go.
Sounds good to me. Yeah, I will be on probably closer to 8 o'clock for a little bit before I go to work.
Nice.
All right, guys. Dave, take us home, brother. Tell them whose game it is.
Let me tell everybody whose game this is. Yes, he lost Friday night to AJ Styles. That's okay. He'll get his title shot. Don't worry about it. Whose game this is? The Atomic Drop Podcast. Let me talk to you. Yeah.
See you guys later.